Most people spend most of their lives working to make a great retirement. Smart people spend most of their lives living like they're already retired. To find out how we did it, click the link in my bio. I just want to jump right in. You ever notice how the size of the rearview mirror versus the size of your windshield and the difference in the two? It makes sense in a car that it would be significantly larger, right? But related to mind state and related to life, you know, a lot of us are looking through the rear view mirror of our past, and we're looking through it as if it's the windshield of our future. And we're wondering why we get stuck. Why can't I move forward? You ever felt like that? You ever felt like, gosh, everything I try, it just seems like it just crumbles. It seems like it doesn't work out for me. Well, I'm here to tell you that after you're done listening to this here little anecdote, you're gonna feel 1,000 times better. Because what I realized, and this is not just for you, these are things that I had to overcome in my own life as well. But where I am today is a direct result of a sum of all of the events and experiences that happened to me, good or bad, in my past, right? Some of these experiences that you've had in your life, some of these experiences were traumatic. Some of these experiences were the best experiences you've ever had. But if they were the traumatic experiences, well, your brain and your heart are going to work together to make sure you're not put in that position again. If it's an experience that you don't even want to remember, it was a dark time in your past, your brain and your heart are going to work together to either to just completely eliminate that from your past, or it's going to make sure that it puts in place what we call SILs. These are self-imposed limitations that it makes sure that if you ever get close to crossing this threshold, there's the red flag that pops up. So those of you who don't understand what a SIL is, like I said, it's basically just an acronym, really comparable to the window seal, right? Because there's a sill there's a boundary for what is on the window. If water starts coming through because you have the window open, it's going to get caught by that sill before it, leaks onto the floor and things like that. Well, our bodies, our brains and do the exact same thing. We create sills, and these limitations will prevent us, as if we're the water, from going forward. A good example, I have a fear of heights, right? Still to this day, I have a fear of heights. It's always been, in my mind, something that I thought was just mental and, I'm going to overcome it. Take me close to any ledge. I'll stand right there. I'll do it today. I'll jump. I used to jump off of roofs when I was a kid. It doesn't matter how high it is, but I cannot shake the feeling that happens inside of, like right in my thighs. I can't shake it. I don't know why, but it tingles and it bothers me because I know that this is my fear of heights. But anyway, I have this fear, this healthy fear of heights. Many people share this fear. You probably have a fear of heights. I have a friend who, he'd kill me if I told you what his name was. But anyway, he also has this same fear of heights. Now, we go to Vegas. I say, hey, I want to do the zip line. He's like, no, there's no way. He said, if I even walk into the lobby where they sell the tickets for the zip line in Vegas, they're gonna call an ambulance. They're gonna have to carry me out. I'm gonna be foaming at the mouth. I said, no way it's this bad. It is, because the mind has already created these self-imposed limitations, and it will not allow him to be put in a position where he will be that terrified from something traumatic, obviously, that's happened to him when he was younger. Well, take me on the other hand. I also have a fear of heights. I'll walk right up to the ledge because I want to overcome it, right? I'll look directly over. I've gone to the highest building in Chicago. I've done that whatever that, I forgot what building it was, but you can literally put your hands on the glass and it'll take you forward where you can you can actually look down over Chicago. I've been to the Sears Tower. I've actually did the highest bungee swing that they have in the United States. It was like 400 feet or something like that. I've done last year, I actually just jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. It actually marks about a year ago today. I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane at 14,000 elevation. So for me, having this fear was not something that I wanted to live with. It was something that I wanted to eliminate, something I wanted to destroy, overcome, right? Because that's where my mind is. But there are no words out of everything that I've done. There are no words that could explain the feeling when I jumped out of that plane and I landed back on my feet. I felt like Denzel in Training Day, where he said, "King Kong ain't got nothing on me." It was amazing, man. It was amazing. It was amazing. That's the only word I'm going to use as a descriptor, but it was just, there's so many things that go through your mind. And literally when we're going through this process, there's no communication like the hour that we're waiting, because I wanted to watch videos and make sure I did everything right. No, you basically listen to your instructor. The instructor gives you all of your instructions as you're walking to the plane. Yeah, so it was a little bit terrifying. I did it with my wife. I did it with my sister-in-law. First time for all of us. And wow. I'm probably not going to do it again, but it was amazing, right? Mind you, I was nervous. I was very, very nervous. But they asked me, they said, "Hey, look, how do you feel?" I said, "I'm great. Let's go. Let's go do this. Let's get it over with." Because this is something that I need to put behind me, right? And so SILs cause most people to not do those things. And I'm not telling you that if you don't want to jump out of a plane that you have self-imposed limitations. No, for some people it's just wisdom and they just don't want to do things like that. Not everybody's a daredevil. It's fine. You don't have to do those things. However, you don't want a SIL to cause you to underestimate yourself. So if you feel deep down inside, man, I've always wanted to jump out of a plane, but I'm just too terrified. No, there's got to be a different reason. There's got to be another way, right? So that's what a SIL does. A self-imposed limitation causes you to underestimate yourself, but overestimate others. As a result, we become risk resistant. Now, one way to break through this safety zone is to try something you've never attempted. Just jump. Right? Now, Oliver Wendell Holmes says that all limitations are self-imposed. All of them. So if you have a limitation on your life, don't feel that someone else is limiting you. What happens is in the brain, we tell ourselves, because of this, I'm not able to do this. Get rid of that. Those are excuses and those are self-imposed limitations, and they will hold you back. If you really, truly want to be free, break all the chains and holds and all the lies and garbage that you're continuing to teach yourself, and realize that the only person that can stop you is you. Think about that. Everything you've ever dreamed, everything you've ever said that you wanted to accomplish, you actually could accomplish it. This is where the guys, they come up with the law of attraction, which for a lot of people, this law of attraction works. There are people that have healed themselves from diseases, from cancer, from things like that, because they believe in their mind that they're going to be healed. No other scientific proof of how they became healed. Well, I'll tell you, I'll give you another example. Everybody's pretty familiar with this guy. He was an actor. And I'm going to tell you who he was after I tell you what he did. This guy believes firmly in the visualization and the law of attraction and how you can obtain whatever you believe. Well, He said before he made it big in acting, he actually wrote a check out to himself. And he wrote his name and he wrote the total amount, $10 million. This is how much I'm going to be paid for an acting job, $10 million. And he dated it for a few years later in the future, which was somewhere close to Thanksgiving of, I want to say 1995 or something like that. He dated it in the future, $10 million. This is what I'm going to be paid. He would drive up on Mulholland Drive and he would sit there and visualize being paid $10 million for an acting job. And he would visualize all the things that would change in his life and how much, what types of cars he would drive, what type of investments he would make, how he would help out his mom, what life he's going to be living after he's being paid $10 million for an acting job. Guess what? Just a couple weeks before this actor reached that deadline date, he was paid $10 million for his acting role in a movie called Dumb and Dumber. Jim Carrey. This is the day for you. No more self-sabotage, no more self-doubt, no more sales dictating why you can and can't make the money you want to make, why you can and can't have the healthy lifestyle that you want to have. Go and do it now. If you want to travel and see Paris and you want to stand there in the Eiffel Tower, do it now. Now is the time to start breaking away these sales, these lies, all these chains that are on you. Right now is the time to break free of the self-imposed limitations and jump.